I have a message from your person and it is very important. Please take a deep breath before you go on because this message is serious. It comes from a place of quiet, distance, and hidden regret, and it is reaching you now because every second counts. Hello everyone, and welcome to Psych Lens. Please remember to subscribe, click the bell, and choose the option to get all notifications. Every video here has the power to change how you think, often in ways you do not expect. Your person has been keeping something inside for a very long time, much longer than they want to say and longer than you likely know. They did not just wake up and forget about you. They did not suddenly stop caring or move on as easily as they acted. Instead, they hid emotions they were not ready to deal with. Hidden feelings do not just go away. They wait and build up until they finally burst out. This message is born from a feeling of panic, not strength. Your person is not calm or at peace right now. They feel lost in their mind, heart, and spirit. Something changed recently. Perhaps they saw something that made them think of you, heard your name, or maybe life just became quiet enough for the truth to get loud. Whatever happened, it woke them up. They are now realizing something that truly terrifies them. They might lose you forever. This realization did not come softly. It hit them late at night when they could no longer distract themselves, when looking at their phone felt empty and laughing with others felt fake. The silence forced them to answer questions they were trying to avoid. They noticed something that hurts. No one else feels like you. No one listens like you or understands them without making them feel judged. Your presence felt safe without being too much. That is when they started to feel this rush. Urgency does not just come from love, it comes from the fear of losing something that cannot be replaced. If your person could talk without being afraid or proud, they would tell you they should have acted sooner. They thought they had more time and did not think you would pull away. They did not realize how much their silence would hurt you. They are finally learning that doing nothing is still a choice, and that choice cost them their closeness with you. They regret not being there when it mattered, not speaking up when you needed to hear from them, and not being brave when you needed the truth. At the time, staying quiet felt safer, and keeping distance felt like they were in control. They thought avoiding things was a sign of strength, but avoidance always has a price. Your person has a hard time showing their feelings. It is not because they do not feel anything, but because they feel too much and do not know how to handle it. Opening up felt like a risk of being rejected, and being vulnerable felt like losing power. Admitting how they felt meant facing parts of themselves they were not ready to see. Carl Jung once said that until you make what is hidden in your mind known to yourself, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. Your person lived that truth without knowing it. Instead of facing their feelings, they let fear and pride make their choices. They let silence speak for them. Now, those hidden choices have led to results they can no longer ignore. They can feel you changing. This is very important. Your person can sense that you are not the same person you used to be. Your energy is different and your reactions have changed. Your silence now feels heavier than your words ever did. You might still care, but you are no longer chasing them for answers. You are no longer explaining yourself or waiting in a state of sadness. This scares them because they relied on your patience and kindness more than they should have. They thought you would always be there, staying soft while they stayed closed off. They assumed you would always wait, but they did not think you would. Reach a point where you chose yourself. Now they feel it. What they are afraid of losing is not just you, but the way you made them feel seen. They are losing the emotional home they did not know how to take care of. They are realizing that not every connection can be made again, and not every bond can be replaced. They are asking themselves if they ruined the one relationship that actually mattered. This question follows them in their quiet moments and whenever they try to move on. It comes up whenever they compare others to you and feel the difference right away. This is where the rush comes from. It is not about control, but about knowing time is running out. They feel that if they wait any longer, you will be gone emotionally. They feel a door closing, not a loud slam, but a quiet, soft shut. That is the most dangerous kind because once it closes, it does not open easily. They want to reach out and apologize the right way without making excuses. But fear is still stopping them. Fear asks, what if it is too late, or what if you do not care anymore? So they hesitate, writing messages and then deleting them. They practice talks in their head that never happen, while the feeling of urgency grows. This message is not a promise that everything is fixed. It is a confession. They are admitting they were wrong to take you for granted and are scared they hurt you too much. Realizing the truth too late is painful because it happens when you no longer have control. What this means for you is what truly matters. This message is not telling you what to do or asking you to wait. It is simply telling the truth. You mattered more than they showed, and your absence is louder than your presence ever was. What you do next is your choice. Power does not need to rush just because someone else is in a panic. Most people forget that urgency does not mean someone is actually ready to change. Your person feels this way because they are finally facing the results of how they acted. Your person is replaying old moments and seeing them differently now through the lens of loss instead of ego. They remember how you checked on them and how you tried to understand them instead of blaming them. They realize you were meeting them at a deep level they were not ready for. Carl Jung spoke about the burdens we carry from the past. And your person has been living a life where they avoided growing up emotionally. Now they feel exposed even in your silence. Before, silence felt like space, but now it feels like a long distance. They sense you are no longer waiting for them to catch up or building your life around their confusion. They are afraid you have found peace without them and that you no longer need answers or a big fight. You just moved on. This is terrifying to them because they relied on you always being available. They see now that you were not asking for perfection, just for them to be present and consistent. They chose comfort over being brave, and they used needing space as an excuse to hide. But being ready is a choice, and they did not choose it when you were offering your heart. That realization hurts because the offer is no longer there in the same way. They feel the shift in how you talk and how you no longer try to prove your worth. They thought you would wait forever because you were gentle, but they did not understand that even patience has a limit. They are now stuck between wanting you and being afraid of the work it takes to keep you. This is why their energy feels messy. They are not at peace because their actions do not match their feelings. They imagine being better, but reality requires them to actually follow through, and that is where fear stops them. They are afraid they might just let you down again. You should know that you are no longer waiting for words. You are looking for real change. You have matured. You have done the hard work of sitting with your pain and finding clarity. Your person is only starting that now. Even if they speak, things cannot go back to exactly how they were because trust has changed. They are standing at a door. Behind them is the safety of hiding, and in front of them is the risk of being honest. They know if they do nothing, you are gone. But reaching out means they have to look at themselves. You are sensing a transition. Your person is facing their own actions, and you are no longer in the middle of it with them. You have moved ahead. Loss often whispers before it screams. Your person hears that whisper now. They feel it when they realize they no longer know where they stand with you. They see you moving forward not out of anger, but out of a clear mind. They are facing the truth they tried to run from. Jung said that what you resist will keep following you. Your person resisted your connection and the work it required, and now that pressure has grown too big, they are not just afraid of losing you, but of what it says about them. They know this was not about bad timing, it was about fear. They remember the times they could have been honest, but chose to stay quiet. Those small moments now feel very heavy. They see that you did not just leave, you slowly changed your life to fit the reality they were giving you. You stopped filling in the gaps for them and stopped trading your peace for their attention. You changed quietly and on purpose. They notice you no longer lean in or try so hard to be understood. Your calm is what scares them most, because calm means you have made up your mind. You are no longer fighting for things to change. They are learning that they can no longer use their uncertainty to keep you waiting. You are standing in self-respect, and that changes the rules. They are afraid to reach out because they are still not ready. They want to tell you they cared, but they know that coming to the truth too late does not fix the damage. An apology does not bring back trust without a change in behavior. They are stuck between the person who hides and the person who grows. There is no growth without some pain, and they are in that pain now. They see you were a mirror that showed them their own potential, and they turned away from it. Now they feel disconnected from themselves. They are starting to see that delaying growth does not mean avoiding it. It just means it hurts more when it finally arrives. They admire that you did not fall apart when they left. You grew and chose yourself, and that makes them respect you. They know they cannot come to you with half effort anymore. They are struggling because they do not want to come back as the same person, but they do not know who they are without their walls. However, their struggle does not mean you have to open up again. Their rush does not define your value. You have become who you truly are without needing their permission. You are not being cold. You are just being clear. Evolution changes who we are compatible with. Your person senses that the version of you who would do anything for them is gone. Perspective comes from moving through disappointment, and that has changed you. Your person knows you would listen to them calmly now, and that is more intimidating than anger because it shows you are in control of yourself. You have been transformed, and you cannot undo that just to make them feel better. They want connection without having to change the hard parts of themselves, and that tension keeps them from acting. They know you no longer need their excuses to be okay. You left because caring was not enough. You needed a partner who was actually there. They are grieving the version of you that waited for them. This grief forces them to be honest, but it also comes very late. They are starting to accept their part in the distance, but they still do not know if reaching out will help or hurt. They are afraid because once the truth is out, they can no longer hide. You are no longer someone they can be vague with. You are grounded. Your job is not to save them from their own discomfort or to make things easier for them. Your job is to respect the progress you have made. You are not responding to their panic. You are waiting for things to be right. When someone realizes your worth too late, it feels good to hear, but that is not the goal. The goal is what you do with your new life. Panic is not the same as being ready to be a better person. Do not let empathy pull you back into a situation that was not healthy. You reached a place where you stopped waiting and started living. Your person feels that you are acting from a place of self-trust now. You lived through the loneliness of being with someone who was not really there. That taught you the difference between a spark and real safety. Your person is just now learning that a relationship needs work, not just feelings. They are not a villain, but you are not responsible for fixing them. You already chose yourself. If they speak, you will hear them with a clear head. You will know if they have actually changed or if they are just afraid. You do not have to walk backward to help them. This message is here to take away your doubt. You are never asking for too much. You are asking for the basics of a good relationship. If there is a future, it has to be on your new level. If not, you will keep moving forward with the peace you have found. Walk with respect for yourself. If this helped you, write the word clarity in the comments to show you are choosing yourself. Like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe to stay connected because the next message will come exactly when you need it. I have one more piece of this message for you, and it carries a truth that might be the hardest for your person to face. Please stay with me because as your person sits in this silence, they are beginning to realize that the version of you they once knew is gone for good. You haven't just moved on, you have been reborn. Your person is watching from a distance as you build a life that no longer has a hole shaped like them. For a long time, they comforted themselves with the idea that they were the main character in your story. They thought that your sadness, your waiting, and your hope were all tied to them. But now, they see that the story has continued and they have become a background character. This realization is a massive blow to their ego, but it is also the very thing that is forcing them to grow. They are seeing that you are happy, not because of them, but because you finally decided that your own happiness was more important than their potential. They miss the way you used to look at them, but they are also deeply intimidated by the way you look at the world now, with eyes that see through games and a heart that no longer accepts breadcrumbs. Your person is currently wrestling with the fact that they might have been a lesson for you while you were the missed opportunity for them. They are starting to understand that you didn't just give up, you leveled up. This is why their energy feels so heavy right now. They are mourning the loss of the old you while realizing they aren't yet strong enough to meet the new you. They are realizing that love is not a feeling you keep on a shelf and take down when you're bored. It's a living thing that requires a safe environment to survive. You took that environment away when they refused to help you build it. As they watch you from afar, they are learning that the greatest form of power isn't holding someone's heart while they wait for you. It's being the person who is strong enough to walk away when that heart isn't being honored. You have become that person. And while they are still stuck in the what-ifs, you are already living in the what-is. The urgency they feel is a sign that they are finally catching up to the reality you accepted months ago. They are finally feeling the weight of the space they left behind. But remember, their awakening is their journey, not your destination. You have already arrived at a place of peace. Keep standing in your truth, keep honoring your boundaries, and keep moving toward the light of your own growth. You have done the hard work, and now the universe is simply aligning the rest of the world with the version of you that knows your own worth. I have one more piece of this message for you, and it carries a truth that might be the hardest for your person to face. Please stay with me because as your person sits in this silence, they are beginning to realize that the version of you they once knew is gone for good. You haven't just moved on, you have been reborn. Your person is watching from a distance as you build a life that no longer has a hole shaped like them. For a long time, they comforted themselves with the idea that they were the main character in your story. They thought that your sadness, your waiting, and your hope were all tied to them. But now, they see that the story has continued and they have become a background character. This realization is a massive blow to their ego, but it is also the very thing that is forcing them to grow. They are seeing that you are happy, not because of them, but because you finally decided that your own happiness was more important than their potential. They miss the way you used to look at them, but they are also deeply intimidated by the way you look at the world now, with eyes that see through games and a heart that no longer accepts breadcrumbs. Your person is currently wrestling with the fact that they might have been a lesson for you, while you were the missed opportunity for them. They are starting to understand that you didn't just give up, you leveled up. This is why their energy feels so heavy right now. They are mourning the loss of the old you, while realizing they aren't yet strong enough to meet the new you. They are realizing that love is not a feeling you keep on a shelf and take down when you're bored. It's a living thing that requires a safe environment to survive. You took that environment away when they refused to help you build it. As they watch you from afar, they are learning that the greatest form of power isn't holding someone's heart while they wait for you. It's being the person who is strong enough to walk away when that heart isn't being honored. You have become that person. And while they are still stuck in the what-ifs, you are already living in the what-is. The urgency they feel is a sign that they are finally catching up to the reality you accepted months ago. They are finally feeling the weight of the space they left behind. But remember, their awakening is their journey, not your destination. You have already arrived at a place of peace. Keep standing in your truth. Keep honoring your boundaries, and keep moving toward the light of your own growth. You have done the hard work, and now the universe is simply aligning the rest of the world with the version of you that knows your own worth. As your person sits with these heavy thoughts, they are reaching a final, deep conclusion. They are starting to see that the silence between you isn't just a pause anymore. It is a mirror reflecting back every time they chose to be absent. For months, they assumed they held the keys to your heart and could return whenever they felt ready. But as they look at you now, they realize you didn't just change the lock. You moved to a different home entirely. They are feeling the cold reality that comes when a person stops being an option and starts being a memory. This is the stage where their regret turns into a deep respect for your strength. They are amazed by how you handled their inconsistency without becoming bitter. They see that your grace wasn't a sign of weakness, but a sign of how much you were willing to give, and they feel the sting of knowing they didn't match that energy. The urgency they feel now is also tied to a fear of your total indifference. They are terrified that you have reached the point where you no longer even feel the need to forgive them because you have simply moved beyond the situation. They are replaying the last few times you spoke, looking for signs of the person who used to care so much, but all they find is a version of you that is balanced and whole. This creates a quiet panic. They feel like they are shouting into a canyon and hearing no echo back. They are beginning to understand that the greatest consequence of their silence wasn't your anger, but your peace. Your peace proves that you don't need them to be happy, and that is the most difficult lesson they have ever had to learn. They're also coming to terms with the fact that they can't blame anyone else for this distance. They can't blame timing, work, or bad luck. They have to look in the mirror and admit that they were not brave enough to love you the way you deserved. This realization is changing them. Even if they never find the courage to tell you, they are being forced to grow because the pain of losing you is greater than the fear of changing. They are realizing that you were a once-in-a-lifetime connection that they treated like a common occurrence. Now, they are left with the silence they once used as a shield, and they are finding it very lonely. For you, this means you have won the hardest battle of all. You didn't win by getting them back. You won by getting yourself back. You are no longer a passenger in their emotional journey. You are the driver of your own life. This message is your final confirmation that you were right all along. Your intuition was correct, your heart was in the right place, and your departure was necessary. You are now free to walk into a future where you don't have to explain your worth to anyone. You can let go of the need for their apology because your growth is the only closure you truly need. You have turned your pain into power, and that power will guide you to a love that is consistent, safe, and fully present. As your person continues to sit in this heavy silence, they are arriving at a final deep conclusion. They are starting to see that the space between you is not just a temporary pause anymore. It is a mirror reflecting back every time they chose to be absent. For a long time, they assumed they held the keys to your heart and could return whenever they finally felt ready. But as they look at